My brothers and sisters in Christ, this Chrism Mass is always a beautiful moment in this season of mercy as we journey toward the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ on Easter Sunday. The holy oils and chrism that we bless this evening are a sign of our anointing with His Spirit in baptism. We are reminded that His resurrection makes it possible for us to be Christians, to be anointed ones, which is what the name Christian means. Each of us shares in Jesus Christ's own anointing. That's why we recall His anointing in both our first reading and in our Gospel this evening. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because He has anointed me. And as we heard in our second reading, this anointing makes us a kingdom of priests. All of us in His church share in Christ's priestly mission. Somos un pueblo sacerdotal porque participamos en el sacerdocio de nuestro Señor Jesucristo. Todos tenemos un alma sacerdotal y somos parte del sacerdocio común de nuestro Señor Jesucristo. But always on this night, we have to reflect in a special way on the ordained priesthood, which Jesus instituted at His Last Supper, when He set apart His 12 apostles to share in His own consecration and ministry. We also want to remember tonight our deacons and their vocation of service. They share in the ordained ministry to the laying on of hands instituted by the apostles. And always on this night, I like to especially speak a few personal words to my brother priests. Because in a short while, in this Holy Mass, they will publicly renew their priestly promises. Before I do that, I also wanted to especially notice that today, this evening, we know that there are some empty chairs around this altar. Because we have lost some of our brothers this year, as happens every year, because one way or another, people died. But tonight we especially feel their absence. This past year, it is my understanding that we lost, or they went to heaven, 25 priests that minister here in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. 17 of them diocesan priests, and 8 religious priests or externs from other dioceses that minister here in the Archdiocese. Some of them with a large number of years of ministry in the Archdiocese, and some very young. Just recently, 2 of our priests went to heaven. One was, if I remember correctly, 48 years old, and the other one, 54. It's always difficult because it's, as you all know, like losing a child. It's always difficult because we need priests so much. At the same time, we know that they have received the reward for their life and ministry here on earth. And we entrust these brothers of ours to the throne of God's grace, that they may receive mercy in their time of need. And so often they have stood at the altar to offer the Eucharist for others. Now, we must promise to offer our Eucharist for them. So, my brothers, by your ordination, you have been given sacred powers to do what no man can do apart from God's anointing. The power to speak his own words with his own authority. The power to change bread and wine into his body and blood. The power to forgive men and women their sins. In this world, where it is getting harder to find God, and where people have forgotten how to forgive, you have a challenging mission. My brothers, you are called to show our world the merciful heart of God. You are called to show our neighbors that they have a Father whose forgiveness knows no limits. We need to remind them that the measure of God's mercy is the measure of the mercy that we show to others. So my prayer for each one of you every day is that you always remember who you are and what God has called you to do. I pray that you always live with joy and gratitude for the beautiful privilege that we have to be his priests. I know it's not easy. As you know, an archbishop is still a priest forever, just like you. So I know the daily pressures you feel, your anxiety for your churches and for your people. That's what prayer is so important, my dear brothers. There is a line from the Catechism of the Catholic Church that I like a lot. It's very simple. It says, prayer is a battle. It's a fight. It's true, isn't it? We have to do battle with our weakness. We have to struggle against all those things in our lives that will distract us and turn us away from our union with Jesus Christ. As priests, all the pressures we face are basically a temptation to forget who we are. We have to remember that being a priest is not just our job. It's our deepest sacred identity. It's who we are, other Christs. So we need to pray hard. We need to keep up the battle. So as we all reflect on the beauty of the priesthood, especially pray for our priests, that we all priests become another Christ. And that we have the strength, first of all, priestly prayer. That we are able to spend time developing our relationship with Jesus Christ, as we all are supposed to do. Together with that, I think it is important for all of us, especially for us, my brother priests, to work on our sense of priestly fraternity. Just look around tonight. We are truly a Catholic presbyterate. Catholic, that means universal. We are brothers drawn from every nation under heaven. So our brotherhood as priests is real. It's the fruit of our priestly anointing, our ordination. And it is the final desire of Jesus for us and for the whole church. Remember that they may all be one, so that the world may believe. But our unity is not just a matter of fact. We should never take it for granted. Christian fraternity means friendship in Jesus Christ. And friendship takes an act of the will. Friendship takes dedication, time, and hard work. So we need to try to be better friends to one another. We need to dedicate ourselves to being true brothers. We can do it, my dear brothers. We are doing it, but we need to keep working on it. Because we need to overcome the barriers of our loneliness and our shyness. We have so much to share with one another. We can make more effort to pray together, to relax together. We need to care for one another as brothers and bear one another's burdens. And we also need to ask for the grace to help one another, to be accountable to God and to the church, to the people of God. I was reading the other day, and this can help all of us to value the beauty of priesthood fraternity and the priesthood in the church. I was reading the memoirs of Father Walter Zizek. Some of you may know that he was a Jesuit missionary from Pennsylvania who spent 20 years in Soviet prison camps. And his cause for canonization is being considered in Rome. I know about him because I wrote about him in a little booklet that I published about the priesthood. Father Zizek said that in those Soviet prisons, he had to rely on the only two things that the communists could not take away: prayer and his friendships with his brother priests. He wrote, "Such friendship was a joy." But right after that, he said something very interesting. He wrote, not that all of them were perfect. In fact, he said, a few of the priests got weak. Some of them in the camp gave in to the constant pressure and became spies for the Soviets. But Father Zizek and his brother priests never shunned them or excluded them. He wrote, "We all had our failings. Each of us knew only too well how much we depend upon God and on His grace." My brothers, what a beautiful words and what a beautiful example for us. This is the quality of mercy that we find in God. And this is the quality of mercy that God wants to find in us. And this is the quality of mercy that we bring to the people of God in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. We need to trust even more in God's mercy. We need to trust in the grace that He gives us in His sacred calling. Because Jesus is the one who calls. He is the one who began this beautiful work of His priesthood in you. And He will see you through its beautiful completion. So, my brothers and sisters, let us continue to pray and support our priests and seminarians. If 25 priests went to heaven this year, we need at least 25 priests ordained every year in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. Does that make sense to you? How is that going to happen? The grace of God and our prayers. So what a beautiful resolution for today's celebration. Let us also make a new commitment tonight to pray and actively participate in the promotion of vocations. inviting young men to this beautiful ministry of mercy, to this great adventure of being another Christ. Recemos y apoyemos a nuestros sacerdotes. Pidamos a Dios nuestro Señor que nos conceda muchas más vocaciones para el sacerdocio y para la vida consagrada. Y que todos nosotros sintamos la responsabilidad de participar activamente en el sacerdocio de nuestro Señor Jesucristo, en las circunstancias personales en las que estamos, porque todos somos un pueblo sacerdotal, porque somos cristianos y participamos en el sacerdocio de nuestro Señor Jesucristo. So let's ask the patroness of this great Archdiocese, Our Lady of the Angels, the Mother of Mercy, to help all of us in our own priesthood to be missionaries of His mercy and to really live as His anointed ones, as Christians. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.